Hey, Ramon, you know that really amazing, awesome person that the media has portrayed as a big, cuddly teddy bear? Jesse Duarte, you know the one that News 24, the only black author that actually had the balls to actually call her out for what she was. A horrible, disgusting troll, his words, not mine. You can look him up, News 24. Anyway, apparently she was really, really sick. Don't know if anybody knew that. Like, apparently she had cancer, and that's quite bad. So, South Africa's much beloved sexy lady, you know the one, Lindile Sisulu. Like the really smart one, the one that when you hear her talk, you're like, yeah, that one knows how to make a sandwich, like that one. So she had a great idea. Like this idea was revolutionary. She jumped on a plane, she said, went abroad, she said, to get emergency drugs to fly them back to South Africa to give to Jessie. But by the time she got here, she was dead. And that brought tears to her eyes because, you know, she's such a virtuous person. And so she told this story. And she was like, I went and I got emergency drugs from abroad. And I came back for my dear boyfriend. And she was dead. She was dead. And then the police were like, you brought illegal drugs. Yeah, you brought the illegal drugs. And she was like, no. I didn't mean that I actually got illegal drugs. It was a joke. It was a joke, yeah? It was in my head. I had them in my head. So when I flew back, I was like, I'm not a doctor. I've heard that one before. I'm not a doctor. And I was just going to go to her and say, I spoke to some doctors abroad and they told me you should take ginger beer or something. I don't know if you read this story, but it was like, man, this was straight out of a Leon Schuster skit, man. It was genius.
So, yeah, I did read the story, and, you know, the Minister Sisulu claims to do a lot of things really well, and I don't see why we should doubt her, because according to her, her brother had cancer, her husband passed away from cancer, so she wanted to actually go to Russia and learn about new treatments for cancer. I mean, Jessie Duarte had cancer for close to 2 years, but, you know, only the last 2 weeks of her life did Lindy Sisulu think to herself, now is a good time to actually put all my learnings into action. So she went to Russia for some reason to find out what they use for cancer drugs. And she said she came back with it, but too late. And then when questioned, she says, no, I didn't put the drugs in my bag. You know, I didn't have the medicine on me. The medicine,
that would be illegal.
Yeah, but the medicine, Byron, is in my head. You know. I mean, the sheer brilliance is that Jessie Duarte and whoever she met in Russia never met, I mean, not Jessie, Lindiwe and whoever she met in Russia, never met Jessie Duarte, didn't take any scans of Jessie Duarte, didn't even know what type of cancer Jessie Duarte had, didn't have perform any blood test on Jessie Duarte, and certainly did not have any form of, let's say, physical, touching of Jessie Duarte to find out exactly what was wrong with her. But for some reason, Lindiwe Sisulu's sheer brilliance is understanding exactly what drugs were needed for the cancer specific to Jessie Duarte. Why this woman is not the president of South Africa is absolutely beyond me. I can only assume it's the third forces, the external forces like the CIA preventing this genius from leading this country to a revolution of efficacy, intelligence, and kindness at the end of it. I mean, when someone dies, most people just pay their condolences. But for Lindiwe, she pays her condolences, and then she says she could have saved her if she had more time.
But she's superwoman.
Sheer
man.
humility.
She's superwoman. She could have got there at the nick of time, and if only she had the drugs, which she said she brought, and then when she realized, you fucked up, then she was like, yeah, I didn't actually bring the drugs, because you could see the police were like, you got drugs, yeah? Yeah, drugs, illegal ones. You got a prescription for those? And she was like, prescription. What's that? Like,
yeah.
you can see she was like, crap, I fucked up here. Like, what'd I do? Yeah, they were in my brain.
Yeah.
While she's there at the toilet, like flushing them down, like she's like, no one will notice. Like, man, this chick is so dense, and you got to think like this is a government minister. Do you remember when Rob Herschloff said like, you got to look at ANC ministers and just look at them and be like, we are governed by idiots. Like, they are proper stupid.
Yeah.
Like this chick is up there,
functionally
man.
retarded. Functionally retarded people. Because, in America, as she goes on to say, in Russia, she looked at the efficacy of their cancer medication as they have an excellent facility in Russia, all based on nuclear. Nuclear what? Nuclear energy, nuclear medicine, nuclear, I don't know. So apparently, because it's based on nuclear, we're not sure exactly what type of nuclear reaction or medicine or whatever the case might be. It is extremely excellent. Because as far as I know, I'm not an expert on Russia, but I do know that there's a lot of people that can't be cured of cancer in America or England or Australia or South Africa. So they definitely go to Russia and then they get cured there. It's just like a known thing, right? Or am I the only one who knows that?
Nah, man. Like everybody knows that. I mean,
Yeah.
the best way, and I heard this once, right? I heard it from a reliable source like Vladimir Putin, and he'd never lie. And he said, if you go to Chernobyl, all the nuclear fallout there will turn you into Superman, and you'll get powers, and you'll be able to like fart sonic waves, like nuclear bomb blasts. Because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this like the story of every CIA story ever? Like, you go anywhere near nuclear fallout, which causes radiation, which causes cancer. So was her plan to solve Lindile Sisulu's cancer by giving her cancer?
Jesse's cancer. Sorry, we keep mixing the two together. Jesse's the one who died. Lindiwe is the one who tried to save her but failed because she didn't have nuclear powers to fly back here at supersonic speeds. I think that's what we're getting to.
I think that's what it was. And I think it's a bit like what we've seen recently with some of the, like ESCOM 2.0. Like if you've got a fault in government or something, just do it all over again and then that fixes it. So I suppose like ESCOM 2.0, if she got cancer from nuclear waste and she already had cancer, then the cancer would kill the cancer and she'd be cured. Maybe that's what it was.
That's genius. Actually, that's actually genius, Byron. I never thought about it that way, but it's a perfect analogy. ESCOM's failing, so build another one, because then there'll be competition. So if someone has cancer through nuclear reaction, just bring more nuclear reaction outside of the body
to cause another cancer.
That's right, and then the cancers
we'll solve it
against each other. Amazing, Lindiwe.
Logic.
If this was your plan, you're a genius.
Absolutely.
You get the Morning Shot Award for the genius of the month, 4th July, or whatever we're on.
We should so have that as an award. The Morning Shot Genius Award for all the ANC cadres. If you like this idea, put it in the comments below.
Yes, we might actually do it. All right. I mean, without any further ado, I think it's a shame that she's not president. And yeah, her life-saving cancer treatments weren't available in time for Jesse Duarte. So, too bad. Not so
Shame.
sad. Anyway.
Apparently, we're all really sad about her. Don't know about you, but I had a great weekend. I like partied and celebrated and didn't cry once. But that's just me.
I mean, listen. She passed away. I am currently in Europe, and I went to the beach this morning in
memory.
in remorse and in memory and all that. Yeah. So there we go.
Right. Thanks, everyone. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.